eating SL or missing the entire move? Then the answer was simple. The answer was, if I get stopped out, it's fine. If I get stopped out at break even, it's okay. But if I miss the opportunity of taking this entire pips, this 600 pips, that is what is going to help me. So what should I do? All or nothing. It was so simple for me. So when I executed, I was not looking to secure partial profit. I already zeroed my mind on that particular amount I was risking. I did not care. So I just left it and let it run. So I already found my next take profit level, which I mapped out around here. So I executed on the lower time frame. This time around, I used the 1 hour as my entry. So let's go to 1 hour and see what happened. So on 1 hour time frame, it was like this. Hold on, guys. It was something like this. I'm gonna put this back again. I'm gonna take this out like this. Perfect. So when market was pushing to the upside, when it was extending to the upside, I mean this move to the upside here. In my course, I explained that there are a few things I like to see when I want to identify my key levels, my PO, whatever you want to call it, my POI, my order block, my supply, my demand, whatever. I have certain things I like to see that I like to pay attention to in order for me to know when a level is significant. I like to use the word significant because also we need to understand that any level can also fail. Okay, no matter how strong the level may be, it might still fail. But in order for me to identify significant levels, there are a few things I like to see. I like to see imbalance. A lot of you guys might call it fair value gap, imbalance or void. I like to see that, right? If price is approaching my supply or maybe order block that standard supply, the imbalance has to be before the POI. So looking at this right here, it was clear. I identified this POI, sorry, this imbalance here, the end of this candle and the end of this candle. So I mapped this as my point of interest. And the reason I've seen a lot of people, they might want to map out their POI like this. It depends on how you approach the market still. They might want to map their POI like this, something like this. Using this last candle, indecision candle, we call it spinning top. This green candle here. They might want to use this entire candle, the last bullish candle before the aggressive push to the downside. You could use that as well. Like I said, it depends on how you want to approach the market. So looking at this imbalance here, and also this order block or supply, whatever you want to call it, it is very clear that this level right here is a significant level. But in my case, I only mapped out the imbalance, right? So when market was extended to the upside, I was looking to take my trade anywhere around this level. Then also, if you look at the 4-hour time frame, clearly you could see market made a push to the downside, a correction to the upside, another push to the downside. Now we have a high, a low, a high, a lower low. Then I was anticipating for price to come back and give me a retest of this trend line here. So I mapped this trend line to give me a clear understanding that, okay, market is literally trending to the downside. So one of my confluences that I saw was this clear trend, and also this imbalance, and also that order block. But I did not use the order block. I only used the trend, and I also used the imbalance. And also, one thing that I like to use that a lot of you guys know, pivot. At the time I took the trade, pivot level was around here. The pivot level was here. If you look at this, so I'm going to make this red. Pivot level was around, look at this line, it was around here. So I had a rejection of the trend line. I had a rejection of the weekly pivot, and I also saw the fair value gap, the imbalance. So price rejected it on a 1 hour time frame. I saw this big bearish pin bar. One of the ways I also like to trade is this. I am not an aggressive trader, so I don't set pending order at all. I don't set pending order. I trade on the go. That is why sometimes when I post my trade on Instagram, it has moved a little bit. I always do instant execution. And the reason why I do not like pending orders, because if I set pending order around here, let's say short around here, and put my stop loss around here, maybe I want to make it tight. Sometimes market might not be ready for that big push to the downside. So it might stop me out before crashing. So what I like to do is this. I like to see exhaustion around my POI. Exhaustion means something that indicates that maybe the buyers or the sellers are getting tired. In this case, the buyers were fully in control. They were pushing to the upside aggressively. So I need to see something that will indicate that these buyers are getting tired and the sellers are ready to creep in. So the first signal that I saw was this 1 hour bullish candle. But before the 1 hour pin bar, before the 1 hour pin bar, I also saw this tap into this POI, this little rejection here. So meaning the first 1 hour, you see, Forex is like you speaking to yourself. You know, a lot of people don't understand. Market don't speak. You have to read meanings to the chart. So when I saw this first rejection, this green candle, what I said to myself was, okay, price tapped into this POI, and also it tapped into this order block. You see this order block here, this candle here, and this candle, this level has been mitigated already. So I'm gonna take this out. I'm gonna take this out first, so that you guys can have a clear understanding. You see this, right? You can see this candle has already mitigated this order block already. So that could be another confluence. So we have order block mitigated, pivot, the trend line, and also imbalance. 4 different confluences. But like I said, I only did this. But I saw this though, it's just that I did not map that zone like that. So price mitigated this order block. Then I saw the first exhaustion, this candle, and I saw the massive pin bar again. Then I saw another one. Then that tells me for 3 straight hours, the sellers are getting in control. The buyers are what? They're getting tired. They're getting weak. So nothing else to look for again, guys. Nothing else to look for again. I executed using market order. I took a short trade. I had a 30 pips SL somewhere, something like this maybe. I had 30 pips SL, and I targeted the entire move to the downside here. On the daily time frame, like I said, then I did not see any significant level or anything that could stop this trade from pushing to the downside. So the next significant level I saw, this one here. So this was my target, and I let it run, right? But what happened? Yeah. In all honesty, I had chances to scale up this particular trade. I could have made more than 1,000 pips on this trade. But what happened was I had a lot of things going on during the week, so I was not constantly in front of my computer. A lot of you guys know that I like to scale, and I scale so well, right? I scale so well. So I'm going to show you some of the opportunities that I also missed that I could have scaled. Now look at this. Look at this level here, right? Market then mitigated, came back down, went to test this trend line again, and what happened? It formed support around here. The best way to scale would be wait for you guys should know this already anyways. Wait for a breakout of where's my part? Wait for a breakout of this level, a retest of this level, then scale to the downside here. So it should have been like this. Once you see the confirmation, take another sell trade, place your stop loss here, and target another one. But I did not see the trade because I was not really in front of my computer most of the time during the week. And let's see how that played out. How do you play? Okay, play. You see that market went back to test the trend line again. And you can see the trend line is consistent, right? So this could be one thing. This could be another opportunity for those that might miss this entry here. Because looking at this, we have another point of interest around here. So that could have been another opportunity. You can see what happened again. It went back to test that trend line again, right? And what happened? See the trend line. See what happened here. Look at this. Another PUI around here. That could have been another scaling opportunity. Let me show you guys real quick. This here. Right here. It tapped into that order block, then fell again. So let me say something before I go. A lot of you guys here believe so much in what you see online, what you watch on YouTube, and you don't understand that Forex is not even complicated. We mentors are the ones making Forex so complicated. And why is that? Because we want to sell something. We want to sell a service. We want to sell a product. We want to sell courses. We want to sell whatever to you guys. And in order for me to sell something to you, I need you to believe that I know something that you do not know, or else you won't give me your money, right? If I'm telling you what you already knew, you don't have reasons to pay me. You don't have reasons to buy my course. But if I change some terminologies and say, oh, look at that level, it's called institutional port. You're thinking, what the hell is this guy talking about? What is institutional port? That way, you feel like you don't even know nothing anymore. Then you want to learn institutional port. But you do not know that I just came up with that name, institutional port. We all heard ICT coming up with these terminologies, something like your screen sharing is paused. Hey, can you guys see my screen? Let me know in the chat box, please. Some of you can. Some people said no. Some can. Okay, yes. Okay, let me reset. Let me reset it. Is it better now? Okay, perfect. So in order for you to buy my course or something, I need you guys to believe there is something that I know that you do not know. That way you have reasons to pay me for something. So we all hear ICT, people coming up with different terminologies, institutional can do, institutional this, is institutional whatever, or other block. But at the end of the day, these things are what you already learned from trading retail, right? That is why I always say to people, retail, smart money, all of these things are the same thing. It's just that people are coming up with new terminologies, they're coming up with new names, they're coming up with new everything to sell something to people. Now, if you look at this right here, you're going to be like, right, this is order block, right? This is order block. This is order block. This is order block. Ask yourself this question: why are all these order blocks in confluence with this trend line? It means trend works, but not necessarily trend lines. But trend works, but not trend line. Does that make sense? And when we're talking about trend, we talk about trend more when we're talking retail trading style. not really smart money. We talk about trend when we talk about retail, right? So this is pretty much retail, but a lot of you guys don't carry smart money for it and will not open your eyes to see that this is literally trend. You are trying to follow the crowd, trying to understand institutional port, institutional road, or whatever. At the end of the day, it's all the same thing. The same thing we learn when we learning forex, this head and shoulders. It's the same thing people redesign and call change of character, change of this, change of that. But at the end of the day, it's still head and shoulders. So you do not have to overcomplicate things. You can see clearly this thing, market has been respecting trends, but not trend line, because trend line is just a tool, but the trend has been consistent. Now, look at this. We have a breakout of this zone, a retest of it, now a sell. We could have scaled up around here as well, but like I said, I did not see it, right? So I missed that opportunity to scale up. But what I want you to see is that I had opportunities to scale up, but I was not really active on my computer. I wasn't really trading much like that. This week I've only traded once, and it was a GBP USD. So that is it. So that is it with this particular trade. Honestly, as you guys can see, it's not complicated. The analysis was simple. It's pretty much what you know or what you've learned. Maybe some of you might not know all of these things, but these are basic things that a lot of you guys have already come across while learning how to trade the forex market. So, and it dropped massively. So anyways, let's jump onto GBP USD. And what I want to show you guys is the similarities between the Euro NZD trade and the GBP USD. And also why people always say in Forex that all you need to understand is understand how market works, market behaviors, because market is constantly repeating itself over and over and over and over again. It's still the same thing, right? Once you learn a pattern, even if it's just one strategy, you can just always look out for that particular strategy or that pattern or that structure on the chart every single time until you see it. Now, let's look at GBP USD. Are you going to see the similarities between the Euro NZD and the GBP USD? So this GBP USD trade is currently on. Like I said, I took this trade yesterday and it's currently running over 100 pips, about 108 pips, and about £6,000 in profits as well. And I also share this on Instagram with you guys. Now let's go to the daily time frame. If you go to the daily time frame, look at this, guys. Look at this. Look at this. Imbalance here. Look closely. This point and this point. You see the similarities between these and the Euro NZD. So I saw this imbalance here, right? And I saw this candle here. Although it's not a red candle, it does not have to be a red candle, right? All I need to figure out is where did the market start pushing aggressively? So the aggressive push to the upside started from here. So I'm going to use that candle as my second POI, as my POI. Now, if you look at that, look at this. You can see it tapped into that POI, similar to what Euro NZD. So we have our POI, our demand, and also we have our imbalance. You see how I use the same thing over and over and over again. This is exactly what I taught in the course, and I do not trade outside what I teach my people. If I'm trading and you're trading and you're not making money, then maybe there's something wrong with you, maybe your psychology, emotions, your discipline, or whatnot. I am not trading a completely different strategy from what I taught. You can see these two trades, the same thing I've said when I was talking about Euro NZD, the POI and also the imbalance. So when I saw that price tapped into the POI, into the imbalance, then I narrowed down to my smaller time frame. So I'm going to take this out. I don't want to see this. My chart, I like my charts to be clean, right? So I executed right after. Let me take this out as well. But you guys have already seen this level anyway. I don't want my charts to be messy, right? So what I did was, when I saw that the imbalance has been filled, the demand has been filled, then I waited to pay attention to price action. Then what happened? This happened, a push to the upside, a little push to the downside, which gave me something you guys know in retail trading again, is what? Head and shoulders. But you guys might not see it properly, but you need to learn to play. Like I said at the beginning of the video, you need to learn attention to detail. So let me show you something. Where is my, if you know me very well, you know I always look for my tools. I always look for my tools. Because I really don't use tools when I'm trading by myself. I only, oh, where's this thing now? I'm looking for that curve tool. Where is it? Ah, voila. Okay, I'll use this. We have the head, right? We have the left shoulder. We have the what? Right shoulder. Head and shoulders. So I saw the left shoulder. I saw the right shoulder. I saw the aggressive pull to the downside. Then I did this. I picked up this, mapped the zone around the right shoulder, the entire right shoulder. So I was expecting somewhere around the right shoulder. So no, sorry, I mapped the zone around the left shoulder, and I was expecting the right shoulder to form. So market then came to form the right shoulder and gave me what? Price action. This bullish engulfing candle. And you can see my entry right immediately after that bullish engulfing candle. I took my trade and I mapped this level as my neckline. So I was expecting market to retest this neckline and scale up again, but that did not happen. So I took my trade right after the formation of this right shoulder, which is what? Head and shoulders. This is what? Retail trading style in combination with smart money concept. And that is what I call the hybrid strategy that I use. Simple and very effective. So that trade is running, and I am looking at this level. This is what we call a drop, a little bit of rally. I'm paying attention to this level. It's a little bit of what's not happening here, but I'm looking at this other block here as my final target. Right. So, sure makes sense. Oof, I've been talking too much. How is that, guys? What do you guys think? I think honestly, that's the analysis behind the two trades. Nothing complicated. I'm sure you people might be thinking, what is MKT? Oh, market. Okay. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't happen, honestly. Sometimes it doesn't happen. You expect a pullback, a retracement. You just have to prepare yourself for whatever outcome you see in the market. So be ready for anything, right? Well, I don't know if it's a short-term buy. I only have my own target, and here is my target. If it should like, it might want to break and continue to go. When price gets to this level and I see another signal, maybe to go to continue to the upside, I might buy more. But for now, this is my target. I don't want to think about long-term, short-term. I'm only focusing on my target. When price gets to my target, then we think about the next move. You understand? So yeah, my soap original. I have sent you some now. The setup on here was very clear and straight up. Yes, it was actually. Yeah. You're welcome, Cabello. All right, guys. So, is there any question? So, what I'm gonna do now is this. Yeah, I'm gonna unmute you guys. If you want to ask me questions, I'm gonna take a few questions before I go. Because today's Friday, I'm done trading for the week, so I need to go and watch your power downstairs. So, Taufik, help me unmute people. Let them come online. Yes, does imbalance means gap? Yes, imbalance means gap. Gap comes in different form. Sometimes, if you notice, yeah, on Sunday, on Friday, when market is closed, and let's say when market opens on Sunday, you might see market opening at a different price. That's also gap. Okay, it's also. So if you want to come online, let me know. Ask me a question. Let's talk.
Okay, boss. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can.
I really appreciate your mentorship. Thank you very much, sir. I want to ask a question concerning if you want to recommend a prop firm, which one will you recommend to somebody?
Hold on. Let me connect this. Yeah, repeat yourself.
Okay, I said if you want to recommend a prop firm,
Yeah.
yeah, which one will you recommend?
At the end of the day,
Because
all prop firms are they're all thieves. You know, nobody's really funding anybody. It's a business. You know, and I I was never a fan of prop firms, but we have to face a reality. A lot of people don't have money to fund themselves, so the best option is prop firm. But if I want to buy a prop firm, in all reality, I will go with FTMO, right? But I will go with FTMO. But because of the way prop firms are designed, prop firms are designed for people to follow. So the chances of passing FTMO is very slim. You will pay for the challenge and they will take the money. So what I always advise people, go for prop firms that allow HFT first, right? Get someone to pass it for you. Then once you've passed it, you can then use the money you've made for that from that prop firm, the one that allow HFT. You can then be reinvesting that money in buying a proper prop firm like FTMO. Does that make sense? But
yeah,
if you have enough money, like you don't mind, you're financially okay, you can just go with FTMO straight up. But if you don't, I think getting one with HFT, getting someone to pass it for you, make money from it, then get a proper prop firm. That's my opinion.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
Good day, bro.
Anybody else?
Yes, good day, bro.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I just have two questions. And basically it's about scaling. So you did mention that you could have scaled on GU if you had the retest.
On EN, not GU.
On EN, yes, you did mention on GU as well when you after the entry.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah. So the question is, if you were to scale in, just let's imagine GU came back to that like call it a support.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to scale, would you your first entry would that be on break even, or would you leave the entry open?
Oh yeah, that's a very good question actually. I've scaled so many times, and people watch me scale, and when they scale up, they lose that scale trade, and then the initial trade goes into drawdown, and they lose that one too. So let's assume they're risking 2% on the initial trade. They're now risking 2% on the scale trade. They've lost 4%. I have a rule that I follow. I have a set of rules that I follow.
Okay.
No matter how profitable I am on that initial trade, if I'm risking 2% on my initial trade, the first one, the second one, which is going to be the scaled trade, I don't risk 2% anymore. I will risk maybe 1% or 0.5. And you know why?
Why is that for?
What I said earlier. So just in case that scale trade turned out to be a bad trade, I am only going to lose 0.5% or 1%. When I'm trading, I am not thinking of how much money I want to make. When you're thinking of how much money you want to make, you're focusing too much on the money and it might cost you. But when I'm trading, I'm focusing on the process. I'm focusing on winning that trade, not necessarily how much money I want to make. Because if I'm focused on how much money I want to make, I might just be then I will be risking like 2% again on my skill trade. But that's not really my goal. It's just sharpening my skill set, mastering all these strategies and getting better at it while I'm still making profit, no matter how little from the trade.
Brilliant. Thanks so much, Prof. It means a lot. We appreciate your time, sir. Thank you.
Hi, good morning.
Hey,
Good morning, Prof. So I have like 3 questions. So the first one is, do you trade price action or like you trade the trend of the pair? Like for instance, if the pair is going bearish, do you like follow the trend or you go into the market and see the action at which the market is going, if regardless of the trend, the overall trend? So like the summary is, do you trade price action? That's one.
Price action is still price action. Price action is everything you just said. Price action could be anything. It could be candlesticks. It could be you reading the candlesticks. It could be you understanding structure, key levels. Price action is pretty much you analyzing market behavior. You understand? So price action is not focused on maybe just the trend or structure, it's all in general. But to your question, market condition is constantly changing, right? It is constantly changing. Market is not stable, it's dynamic. So if I open USD card, I don't know what I'm going to expect, but I have a broad knowledge in Forex. So once I open a chart, I will go with the flow, what I see. If trend is there, fine. Sometimes people say, follow the trend. I don't listen to people, to be honest, because anybody can come up with any opinion. Yes, it's right to follow the trend, but sometimes if you might see opportunities that is not trending, but you still can make money from it, right? The best thing is just for you to understand how market works, the market behavior. So sometimes I don't have a clear trend. I just pay attention to maybe supply or demand, key levels, other blocks, not even look at the trend. But if the trend is in my favor, it's also another like additional confluence. Does that make sense? But I am not constantly sitting and looking for trend all the time. I just go with what I see on the chart. If I see a clear trend, I go with it. If I don't see a clear trend, I see zone to zone, I trade zone to zone.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, boss.
It does. The remaining 2 is emotions, because you said you're going to talk about that. So I'm actually waiting on how you control your emotions, because honestly, like when you go into the market, it's one thing to actually
honestly, I think I talked about it briefly. I said I already programmed. It's all about programming. At the start of the trade, I already programmed myself, my brain, that it is all or nothing. But one thing that I did was I was not paying too much attention to the money. I was not looking at the money. So when my trade was running a profit, I heeded my profits. So when I go on my C trader, I was not seeing the numbers, because I know for a fact that sometimes when I see the numbers, how much money I'm making, and I see a pullback, it will fuck me up mentally. Because let's say I've already seen a trade running £40,000 in profit, then there is a pullback. I'm not saying 5,000. It's gonna make me feel some type of way. So majority of the time, I was not looking at the money. All the times I was taking screenshot on my phone, those were the times I was checking my profits. So once I take a screenshot and post on Instagram, I hide it back. So I am not looking at the money. I am just looking at the chart. I was just following the process on the chart. That helps with my psychology. You understand?
Yes.
So all the time market was pulling back, I was not looking at the money. I was lucky enough not to be looking at the money. I mean the numbers. I was just looking at the charts. So when market drops again, I go look at the profits a little bit. Then I hide it back again. Then I start paying attention to the chart.
Okay. So lastly,
that helps me with my own psychology. It might not work for you or anybody else, but you need to sit down and understand what triggers you. You need to know what triggers your emotions and try to avoid it. For me personally, looking at my profit and I see a pullback or a reduction in profit triggers me. So I try to avoid not looking at it. And also, like I said, for me, it was all or nothing. I already made up my mind that I've lost £2,000. So I didn't. Okay.
Okay. Then lastly is,
but
I don't know if you use Fibonacci. If you do, like, how do you draw?
I use Fibonacci, but I haven't used Fibonacci in maybe 1 year.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
But I use Fibonacci.
Okay. And lastly, please, I always send you a message on Instagram, but you do not reply. I don't know if I did something wrong and you automatically.
Who am I speaking to?
MJ.
It's true, boss.
Huh?
MJ.
So you don't reply.
Okay, message me again. I will check it out.
Okay, I'm messaging
Boss,
you
don't
now.
even reply.
I'll check it out. I get a lot of messages, so sometimes I get carried away.
Please, I have a question.
You don't reply.
I won't reply.
Zion FS.
Okay, you said drop your message. So any other question?
Please, I have a question, please. Can I speak?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to speak for someone like myself, yeah, that live in England, yeah.
Okay.
The problem I have here is that I can't do a full-time trading. I have to work 9 to 5 and trade.
Right.
And most of the mentor, or probably people I've been seeing around to jump on, is like, because it's very hard for me to sit down and get a trading setup, because I'm at work. Most of these mentor, they always drop trading ideas, not like trading signal. Like they draw an idea of what they're looking at, and for you to like jump on your trade by yourself. And it's very hard for someone like me to get into a trade because I have to focus on my job, because I can't just do a full-time trading. I have to pay bills. So I'm trying to see how will I be able to manage 9 to 5 job and trade. What idea, what experience, or what kind of trading strategy can somebody implement to do something like this? Because it's hard for me to like trade like 10 minutes, 5-minute time frame, 30 minutes time.
No, you can't do that. So your own situation, if you're looking for not strategy, like a trading style, I would say you have to be a swing trader.
Yes.
So you need to be looking to execute around that 4-hour time frame.
Okay, yes.
So you're gonna have to be swinging. Definitely. You can't scalp and you can't day trade. And that was also the situation I found myself a couple years ago. But me personally, I made a decision to quit that job. I'm not telling you to quit your job, but me personally, I quit the job and I went to look for a care job.
Okay.
Because the care job gave me the flexibility to learn Forex, to pay attention to Forex. And also I was not working 9 to 5, so I could dictate my time.
Okay.
So that was the sacrifice that I made.
Okay.
I literally left my career, and I'm not gonna lie, I was broke. But then, all thanks to God, it paid off, you know. But if you're not taking that risk, of course, cost of living is very high, and you have to pay bills. So, you know, I would say you have to be a swing trader.
Okay, because I've been on and off in this thing for 3 years, trying to jump on one strategy and to fit in my trading and
the time you're wasting jumping from one strategy to another, from this strategy to next one, you're wasting time. All the time, if you put those times together and you focus on one strategy, one style of trading, you would have improved a lot. So stop jumping from one to another because you're wasting time.
Okay. So what about this your own strategy? Does it fit somebody like me?
My own strategy, like I said, is hybrid, obviously, but then I execute on any time frame.
Okay.
But I also, because I get time, so I execute instantly. What I like to do, I fine-tune my study a little bit. So even if I'm going to swing, a trade, yeah, I will not enter using 4 hours. I will still enter using maybe 1 hour, 30 minutes, or 15 minutes. So I'm entering a trade using a smaller time frame, just like I'm day trading, but I am swinging it.
Yeah.
That is why I always get big risk to reward.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, bro. Anybody else?
Good afternoon, sir. I have a question, sir.
Hello, boss. Can you hear me? Boss, can you hear me? Concerning what my sister said now, concerning the trade movement. Okay, imagine the market is on a downtrend, and like you said, you don't listen to what people say, follow the trend. What if I see a reaction?
So I follow the trend,
market,
but I'm saying sometimes you see opportunities and market is not trending. You understand?
Okay, maybe it will react up a little.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. I have a question, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir. So let me just explain my condition. Like a new trader, let me say 6 months in the trading industry now, or say 6 months to 8 months. So what will you advise? Should I just go with the day trading or swing trading? That I'm still building my psychology around the trading. Will it be day trading that will be more easy, or should I just go straight to the swing?
Every trading style is easy. It depends on you. It depends on your personality, your risk tolerance, your risk appetite, your lifestyle. For me personally, I cannot scalp. I can day trade, but it doesn't really suit me well because I have things to do. I have responsibilities. I have my daughter to look after. So I don't have all the time in the world to sit in front of my computer trading. So based on my lifestyle alone, my commitment that I have, family, my daughter, I can mostly swing. So you have to pay attention, your personality, your risk tolerance, your appetite, your lifestyle. Do you have a job? Do you not have a job? Do you have time in your hands? Do you not have time in your hands? All of those things you put together. It's hard for me to say, go and do scalping, go and do day trading. No, that's why trading is all about yourself. For you to be profitable, you have to mold yourself to be the type of trader you want to become. A lot of people fail because they see Kojo FX, they see RBFX, they see Jeffrey Benson. Oh, I want to be like that trader. I want to be like them. Then you want to replicate the same style of trading they're doing, not knowing that they might have built their own trading style based on what suits them as a person. People say, I want to be like UFS Professor, but my trading style, the way I trade, my time frame, maybe I'm scalping or day trading, all of those things were put together based on my life, my past, my person, the type of person that I am. So you need to sit down and do like a self-analysis on yourself, understand yourself, right? Understand yourself.
Okay.
Just sit down. Okay, I have a job. Definitely, I cannot swing. Or well, if you have a desk job, I mean,
For now,
I'm
done with school, so I have time.
You can be trading and working at the same time. You might have that flexible type of job and still scalp or swing or day trade. But if you know you don't have that luxury of time, then sit down to analyze yourself, put all of these things into consideration, then you will decide. But I can't say go and swing because this one is easier now.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. And also, lastly, sir, don't be annoyed. Lastly, when you are taking a trade like that GBP USD, do you look at what the XY is doing, or you just analyze and take the trade just like that?
Yeah, if I'm trading dollar pair, I check TSY. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Because when you take that trade yesterday, I was on a sell, but instantly that buy just took me out on break even. So when I checked the DXY, I saw that I think it came back down, giving it the reverse movement. I don't know. So I'm just trying to look at it, figure it out.
That's if I remember to check the XY. This particular trade, I did not check the XY actually.
So that means it's not all the time.
Not all the time, yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Can you hear me, sir?
You
Yes,
be
I
your
can.
guy.
Hey, voila.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, bro. You okay?
Yeah. So I want to ask this about trend line and SMC markup. Like, let me say if you are marking a trend, if you are following a uptrend, for example, and you marked the trend on, let me say, 1 hour time frame, and you are waiting for the trend to change character, probably. So sometimes inside that 1 hour time frame, 30 minutes, 15 minutes, you see another type of trend inside. So do you actually wait for the trend to change character on the 1 hour time frame, or if you see it changing character on a lower time frame, will you take that trade?
I will pay attention to the bigger one, the one on the bigger time frame.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll pay attention. I'll follow the trend on the bigger time frame. Because yes, we have a main trend and we have channels inside. I think what you're asking me, yes, you're talking about trend inside the bigger one. You meant channel, not really trend.
Okay.
There's a difference between trend and channel. So if I'm correct, the little one you're talking about, they are most likely, I think you're talking about channels, but I will focus on the main one, the big one, on the bigger time frame.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, guys. I think I need to go.
Sir. Hello,
Okay,
sir.
I'm gonna take this one. Yeah.
I hope we'll see the recording on the Telegram channel.
Telegram.
I said we hope to see the meeting on Telegram channel recording.
This recording.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think Fik is recording it. So once we're done, I will ask him to send me the link. I will most likely post it on Instagram or maybe on YouTube. I think it's gonna be better on YouTube. Then you guys can watch it. And for those that are unable to make it here, they can also watch it.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right, guys, let me go. I want to go and watch.
Don't go, sir.
Watch Power. Do you guys watch Power?
I've seen it.
Huh?
Our Fire for app.
Yeah, Power Fox. Yeah, I just gonna watch.
Yeah, book 4.
Oh, I thought it was Power, like Power.
Bro, go and see Jagu.
Hello, sir. I hope you are fine.
Jagu call. Well, I've seen Jagu though.
Jagu.
I've seen Jagu. I think Jagu. It was yeah. I've seen Jagu. Yeah.
Well,
Guys, so thank you guys for coming. If you guys have questions, just drop them on Instagram.
Please reply. Reply off.
Hey.
you reply in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
No, I will check I'll check all my messages.
Thank
Aye.
you.
Nice.
All right. All right,
Thank you
guys.
so
Take
much.
care. Yeah. Bye.
Ciao.
Bye.
Bye. Taufik.
My God, it all.
Video here. Please save it here.
Yeah, sure.
Bye.
I'll leave, man.